And this energetic loop is directly connected to your symbol. Your symbol is directly connected to your character sheet. Today is part 2 of building the character trigger. And what we're going to start doing is programming in the symbol you created and your character sheet. If you've done your homework, you've already had your vision written down, you've done your character sheet, and you also have your symbol. Now I'm going to explain a little bit about programming it in together, and then we're going to talk about the first steps of programming it into your brain. Now on the symbol, the instructions were to create a symbol that was original, simple, and something you've never seen before. Now the reason this is because your mind will not associate it with anything else than the character that you wrote down. So as you're learning your character and your symbol, every time that you think about that symbol, your character information is going to populate in your mind. Here's why that works, or an example of how it works. Whenever you think of McDonald's, you automatically have all these things that populate in your mind about it. You don't have to think about each individual thing, but you all of a sudden know all about McDonald's because it's such a recognizable logo. So you probably think about their food, all the millions of people they've served. You think about the Golden Arches. You think about Ronald McDonald. And maybe you think about the food is actually garbage, but you'll still eat it because I know maybe once or twice a year I'll eat it. Now, that's how a symbol works. You see this simple little bitty thing that's a few lines, and all this information pops in your brain. That's why we're creating a symbol with your character. So it gets to the point when you program it in properly, whenever you see your symbol or think about it, everything about your character populates. And this is the foundation of the character trigger. Now, what I want you to do is pick a spot on your body that you're going to tap 3 times. And it's going to be a little bit aggressive on your taps, not crazy. Once you select the spot on your body where you're going to do your tapping, what I want you to do is sit down with your character sheet. I want you to close your eyes and take a very, very deep breath, and tighten your core muscles. The goal of this breath work is to relax your mind and get all of your energy just in one spot, because this is where we're going to start doing the programming in your brain. So tighten all your bathroom muscles and your core muscles and your lower back, and you take a big breath. And it's basically tightening down here, filling up the lungs, and then you tighten even harder, and you think about the base of your brain and the top of your spine. Since energy follows awareness, your energy is going to start going to here instead of running into your brain. And I want you to hold that compression for about 10 seconds and then let it go. I want you to do this 3 times. Tighten your core, take a deep breath, hold it, and tighten your core even more, and focus at the base of your brain and the tip of your spine, and that's going to get your energy going right there, and that's going to get your brain calmed down as well. Once you really feel like your brain is honestly very, very calm, I want you to take your fingers, remember that spot that you picked out, and for instructional purposes, I'm going to pick out this spot on my arm. What I'll want you to do is tighten your core, take a very deep breath, and imagine your symbol. And while you're holding your breath, let it out and keep imagining your symbol. Now read your character. Now tighten your core, take another deep breath, and imagine your symbol one more time. And as soon as you feel like you gotta let your breath out, hit your character trigger and think about your symbol. Boom, boom, boom. What you're doing now is you're creating an energetic loop and this energetic loop is directly connected to your symbol. Your symbol is directly connected to your character sheet. When you hit this energetic loop, there's a purposeful signal that is sent out from your brain, and you're also thinking about your symbol, and it runs down your arm, it hits down here, then this signal is received back up in the brain, and this is a new motion that you're doing that you've never done before, and it's being tied into your symbol. So this means when you start properly doing your breath work, visualizing your symbol, reading your character sheet, and then hitting your character sheet trigger in conjunction with tightening your core and holding your breath, thinking about your symbol, you're going to be tying in an energetic loop that happens when you hit your character trigger. And this is why it's called a character trigger. Because when you program it in properly and you hit your character trigger with your breath work, you're focusing your energy to your symbol, which activates your character information. And like we talked about with McDonald's symbol or logo, all the information about McDonald's automatically populates in your mind. So as you focus on programming in your character trigger, what you will build is a response that you can activate whenever you want. Every night before you go to bed, do those 3 deep breaths where your mind calmed, and then take one more big deep breath, think about your symbol, breathe it out, read your character sheet, breathe in again really deep, hold your core tight, think about your symbol one more time, and hit your character trigger. And this is where you program in your character trigger. What happens is with that energetic loop, when you hit it, your mind is automatically going to show you your symbol, and your character that you want to be is going to automatically populate. If you do the work, this process works very well. So go back if you need to watch the first video on building the character sheet and creating the symbol. And this video is how you start programming in both of those things to create your character trigger. If you do it properly, the rewards are phenomenal. All right, I'm done. The end.